Let the show begin.
That was unusual line delivery. Hello beautiful watchers, I am the Dom, and Man of Tai Chi is fucking stupid. Directed by and co-starring Keanu Reeves, Man of Tai Chi is about a man who couriers stuff to people. And knows Tai Chi. The majority of the film is spoken in Mandarin with subtitles, with a few scenes of heavily accented English thrown in there as well, presumably to make it seem less weird that Keanu Reeves somehow created a criminal empire and a legitimate front company in China, all without learning a single word of the language.
Keanu treats us to the full range of his acting talent, including stoic, detached, indifferent, pragmatic, impassive, and even goes as far as to be downright apathetic in places. The hero of the tale, Chen Lin Hu, fortunately nicknamed Tiger, delivers packages by day and trains with his master in a dilapidated temple in the evenings in order to become the greatest Tai Chi fighter of all time. Ah, the expert martial artist with the crappy day job. Which early Jackie Chan film was that in again? Oh yeah, all of them. Tiger is eventually approached by some seedy businessmen with a job offer and becomes involved in an underground pay-per-view hardcore fight club run by a somewhat homicidal gentleman named Donaka Mark. It's not the most pleasant of job interviews, to be honest. They don't really tell him anything, they just get him to stand there and— Whoa, what the fuck? Where the hell did that guy come from? I mean, I know Tiger was facing away from him, but you know, mirror? This is not the first or last time this happens. All through the movie, people just walk into the shot from a direction they couldn't possibly have come from, sometimes after having just been seen somewhere else entirely. I hate to be quite so scathing about someone's first attempt at something, but this is a colossal failure of directing. Reeves has got to have been part of enough films to know you can't just have a guy appear from a corner of the room that was clearly empty before. Maybe I'm being too mean, maybe there's a series of hidden doors and floor hatches that they just forgot to film. Either that, or somewhere under this fight club, GLaDOS is singing about science. Tiger starts off with noble intentions, only agreeing to fight in Mark's dastardly sport in order to raise enough money to save his master's temple home from being condemned and demolished by some greedy businessmen. The montage that follows shows us that Tiger apparently chose to keep his delivery job while fighting in both the underground and official fighting leagues and helping out with the temple renovations, begging the question what drugs he could possibly be on that allow him to go without sleep. Okay, while I'm happy that they're not going to be able to knock over the temple to build a parking lot or whatever, I'm not entirely sure that dousing the whole place in concrete and putting up sheet metal over every building actually counts as saving it. The encouraged bloodthirsty nature of Mark's fight club begins to seep over into Tiger's day life as he starts to become grumpier and more violent, although this could also be attributed to his earlier mentioned lack of sleep. He cripples a guy with a mullet during a legitimate match, earning him disqualification, and he even goes as far as to get into a scrap with his beloved master, but is defeated because apparently there are Jedi in this movie now. It also becomes apparent that Mark is filming every second of Tiger's day from a variety of hidden cameras, which he couldn't possibly have installed unnoticed.
Reginald, can I borrow you for a moment?
Yes, master?
Number 6 from the Prisoner Review, do you have a few seconds? Yes, can I help you with something? Admiral Rothschild from the Ender's Game sketch, could you come over here for a moment?
Yes, sir. What seems to be the problem?
Secretly gay guy from the Neverending Story Review, you're gonna want to get in on this.
Yeah, what's up?
Right.
Tiger is approached by a police detective obsessed with taking Mark down. He ignores her at first, but after Mark gently turns the man's head 20 degrees, he offers to help her bring down the evil organization from within. It's not directly mentioned, but I'm assuming at some point he must have been offered amnesty in exchange for this, because no one ever suggests that maybe he should have to answer for all the grievous bodily harm he's caused throughout the film. Unfortunately, while tailing him to his last fight, the detective is run off the road by a would-be assassin who fails miserably to finish the job because he forgot the age-old saying, gun beats gloves. Meanwhile, Tiger is being treated to a video montage of all the hidden camera footage shot of him so far, although if you look just a little closer, it's pretty clear that they're just using earlier shots of the movie itself rather than anything that could possibly have been filmed from where the cameras were actually located. Mark's master plan is finally revealed. He was never interested in Tiger's fighting ability, he was apparently making a reality TV show about a nice guy being turned into an asshole by money and the repeated opportunity to beat people senseless. Tiger is then led to the ring for his final battle. A battle to the death! Incidentally, it does appear that in addition to searching the world for the best of every fighting style, Keanu's character was also on a quest to find the only actor in the universe more monotone than him.
2 men, 1 ring. 2 warriors, 1 destination. Who will claim it as their own?
His opponent is to be... Holy motherfucker, is that Iko Uwais? It is! It's the guy from the raid! He's fucking hardcore! This is gonna be awesome! This is...
I will fight you.
I
will fight you.
Are you sure you don't fancy fighting him just a little bit, Tiger?
I will fight you.
Come on!
Brave Sir Robin ran away. No! Bravely ran away, away.
I didn't!
When danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail
No!
and fled.
Despite my disappointment, I guess I can't really fault Tiger for not going along with it. Not only did Mark pull a James Bond villain and fully explain his plan to him before it was completed, he actually went a step further and was kind enough to provide visual aids to make it super clear. I've been to university lectures that were less informative. It's a bit much to ask young Tiger to keep playing along after that.
So as you can clearly see in my PowerPoint presentation, the second you sign that contract, I own your ass for 20 years. Minimum wage, mandatory, unpaid overtime, and no holidays. Ha ha! Why aren't you signing the contract?
Things start to look bad for Tiger. If by bad you could conceivably mean that he's about to fight a 50-year-old man instead of one of the most terrifyingly skilled martial artists of the modern age, but luckily a fortuitously timed police raid gives him an opportunity to escape. Mark does a runner and Tiger goes back to his master's temple to try to chill out his chi or something. I don't really know what his plan was because at this point the editing suddenly goes completely down the toilet. You see Tiger going into the temple, sudden cut to black. He comes out of the temple, sudden cut to black. He comes out of another part of the temple, and suddenly Mark's there. He's either there for revenge, or he now wants Tiger to finish his fall to the dark side by killing him, so they engage in, by this movie's standards, an embarrassingly slow and awkward fight. Oh, Keanu, The Matrix was a long time ago, wasn't it? Tiger has apparently already managed to overcome all the corruption he built up throughout the movie, and harnesses the power of his chi to survive both a stab wound to the abdomen and Hadoken the shit out of Mark, adding manslaughter to the list of crimes he apparently doesn't have to answer for at the end.
The Dom's final thoughts. This movie isn't terrible, but I couldn't stop myself laughing at some of the more unintentionally stupid scenes. The fighting's pretty badass, but it is a martial arts movie, so that's kind of a bare minimum expectation. I did think for a little while that the plot twist at the end might have been cooler if it hadn't been quite so patronisingly spelled out for us, but then I thought about it again and realised it wasn't really much of a twist at all. By this point in the film, Tiger already knew that he was in over his head with a bunch of murderous criminals intent on forcing him to fight another human being to the death. Adding invasion of privacy on top of that seems relatively minor. I feel bad for saying this because I like Keanu Reeves, I really do, but I think it's pretty clear he's not going to be one of those actors that goes on to be a great director. All in all, I think I'd have to say that this movie is pretty instantaneously forgettable. If you're in the mood for a big old cup of meh though, by all means give it a go.